The regular American uses 100 to 175 gallons of water every day, whereas people in the developing countries only use about 3 gallons each day. Governments have sophisticated filtration systems, but the average African lacks the utilities to acquire clean and safe drinking water. Women walk daily for the needs of their village or for their family. 1 out of 5 children die due to illness, which could be related back to poor drinking water. Drinking water in Africa is an issue because of waterborne diseases and inadequate sanitation.
Most people who live in the developed world have a morning routine that starts off something like this. Chances are you're so used to the sounds that you've completely forgotten they're even there. But for over 1 billion people in the world, their morning doesn't sound anything like this. Instead, it starts off like this. The sounds of footsteps walking, and walking, and walking. To find water at a source they can only hope is clean or safe.
Water is essential for life. In 400 BC, the Hippocrates boiled their water. A manuscript of Sanskrit was said to keep water in copper containers and rainbow after the exposure to the sun. The Swedish discovered chlorine and started adding it to their water. The first municipal water filtration works opened in Paisley, Scotland in 1849. Depletion of water in Africa is due to the structure and issues in Africa is the... Okay, I'm going to stop there.
One of the issues in Africa is the state of their water. They go and gather their water from groundwater. One of the issues in Africa is the state of water. One of their sources is groundwater. They also go and receive water from rivers, seas, and lakes. Multiple diseases could be hiding in that water. 12 million people die a year. Of that 12 million, 3 million die of waterborne diseases, such as malaria and cholera. Less than half of the Africans have access to clean water. A majority still do not, and they walk hours on end to get their water. The diseases hide in the water, which causes half of the world's hospital beds to be filled. 80% of waterborne diseases are related to Africa's poor drinking water, and this is due to water being contaminated by human and animal waste. One of the causes of the issue in Africa is where the water comes from. Groundwater is good until it becomes contaminated. Water diseases kills more than guns of war. To be more exact, 3.4 million people die of water-related illnesses compared to the 55,000 by gun. 443 million school days are missed per year due to waterborne diseases. 4,500 kids under the age of 5 die due to water-related illnesses. The average African woman walks 6 or more hours, wasting 85% of her energy, which increases her chances for anemia, a condition where the body does not have enough red blood cells to take good oxygen to the body parts, and also damaging her heart. The cost of the equipment is also another cause of the issues in Africa. The cost of the equipment to clean water costs up to $30,000. There are several organizations working towards solving the water crisis in Africa. AIDS is a Christian organization working to build wells in Kenya. A Drop in the Bucket is also another organization working to build wells in the Saharan area. The Water Project works in Burkina Faso, Kenya, Rwanda, Sierra Leone, South Sudan, and Uganda to build wells as well. Wells for a village cost up to $15,000 to be installed. Africa's waterborne diseases and deficient hygiene is due to the drinking water they acquire on a daily basis. Drinking water and the development of the process of cleaning has improved living everywhere. The issue is the water and poor sanitation of Africa's people who are unwell and don't have the needs to fix it. The cause is all the hidden diseases within the water that is troubling and killing more than what people know. Another reason is that the people have to walk to the nearest source of water to acquire it for their family or for their village. The solutions are to raise up the money to build a well with a filter to put in villages that need it across the continent.
There is a drop that is needed on the land where clean water has receded. A drop on the tongue's dry land where government funds and hands are tied to the back pockets of the thirsty sand, and their eye sockets fixed on their sprite dockets, which sign them to skyrockets, lifting them out of the parched paper novel where the dying log their struggle for one drop, just wishing, well, these drops are better than none. There is a problem that has gone unsolved, an unbalanced equation that has evolved to the point where numbers can't get involved because they can't explain how one drop just dissolves the water crisis around which death has revolved. Some things just don't add up. I've done the math, and 1 plus 15 plus 4 plus 2 plus 5 plus 8 plus 1 somehow still equals 0. That's one 15-year-old boy walks 4 hours a day carrying 2 jerry cans to get 5 gallons of water for his family of 8 to use for one day, and they still don't have a drop of clean water. Some things just don't add up. I've done the math, and millions of dollars does not equal one day's work for struggling fathers. That's Bono's billions and Larry's millions not coming close to the work of an impoverished civilian. Because when water's not on tap as much as corruption and greed, it means a 5-hour disruption to get one thing you need. And the time spent watching feet bleed to reach knee-deep ponds where bacteria breeds could be spent working to buy what your family eats. Because these billions of dollars aren't reaching as far as the pavilion of haulers marching with jars. Some things just don't add up. I've done the math, and one school year subtracted by one clean pool near has distracted generations who'll never hear the classroom scrub to remove the fool's veneer, leaving nations in frustration, living off of nothing but poverty-inflating vocations. Every year, 447 million days of school are missed by children walking water like a mule. No close water means they have to walk farther, means no education for the daughter, means a continuous walk towards the unseen slaughter. I've done the math. Half the world's hospital wards are soaked by people who drink from an unclean source. No cancer or swine, no plague or line of STDs or mental disease or diabetes comes close to 80% of sickness being born in waters overseas. We are killing the world with the gold in our sinks. I've done the math, and I've seen the floods that America drinks. Every day, each of us uses 140 gallons or more, while every rural African only uses 4. What we use in a day, they use in a month. What they make last 24 hours, we use up in 30 seconds in our showers. Some things just don't add up. So we have to change the equation.